So, here we are, looking for answers to our next curiosity. I think about this question when I'm observing the primal nature of various animals interacting in the wild. What makes us humans superior? Why? Why are we human? Why are we unique? Why are we unique? Why were we the ones chosen to evolve? Why were we given such a great capacity to learn and create? Why do we share so many similarities with monkeys and gorillas, but all three exist simultaneously? Now, there are some animals who possess human-like capabilities. Talking and singing birds, dolphins that show an advanced level of intelligence, monkeys that work with tools, etc. So what makes us unique? Let's look at some facts and see if we can find some answers. The human genome is 99% identical to a chimpanzee's genome. Strange, but true. Looking at our DNA, our genome is 99% identical to the chimpanzees, and for that reason, we resemble chimps in many ways. So why are we unique? No answer yet, just more questions. Can chimpanzees invent things? Can they use mobile phones and apps like WhatsApp or Facebook? The answer is yes, if they are trained to do so. They can also change themselves, as humans did, but that would take millions of years for it to become natural. They can also read and write, sing and talk, but if they are trained and forced to do so. Yes, forced. Let's check some other similarities. Our hands contain bones almost exactly like the bones in a dolphin's fin. What? Yeah. But even though we resemble them in this area, we are still unique. Horses and humans share common anatomy. Hip bones, scapula, humerus bone, ankle, foot, and many more. What makes us special while we remain rooted in nature? I'm not a history or genealogy expert, but I do know that we evolved ourselves. Yes, we changed ourselves to survive. Yay, we made it! One more unbelievable fact we have is that we as human beings share our DNA with all organisms. Strange, I know, but true. The proteins our genes encrypt use a code that is different and indistinguishable. But we do share our DNA with all the organisms that ever existed. The list might be smaller than it once was, but there are some traits of ours that no other creature on Earth can match. So why are we like this today and how? Scientists have named it as behavioral modernity, or sometimes the full package, meaning human beings are not only a combination of many traits of other creatures, but also they have their own uniqueness, which can be seen in the form of speech, language, consciousness, tool use, art, music, culture, commerce, agriculture, non-reproductive sex, and more. Though some of these can be seen in other creatures, it is always seen at even the most basest of levels in humans. So how special are we? The answer to this question was evident ever since we learned how to write. The philosopher Aristotle marked over 2,000 years ago that we are not only animals, but rational animals, pursuing knowledge day by day and taking it globally for our own sake. We lived by art and reasoning, which made us unique. Also, we are desperate humans. We are desperate to find the things that tip us over the edge from being merely an animal. We like to utilize and develop our language. The engagement of our minds to transmit skills and ideas to others makes us unique. We have changed our society and maximized transition by teaching each other. And we have evolved and adapted. We communicate by sending and receiving messages through verbal and nonverbal cues in a variety of forms. Pictures, conversations, music, dance, etc. But many creatures communicate with each other. What makes us different? Well, let's look back at our history and analyze these differences to better understand how this version of human has survived but earlier versions of our primitive ancestors went extinct. Trust me, this will be interesting. More than 6 million years ago, humans and chimpanzees shared a common ancestor. Fossil studies show that we changed gradually, or evolved. We started walking, leaving the trees behind, and started living in large groups, protecting and depending on each other, instead of eating each other. Our brains got bigger and bigger to help us to adapt. It is likely that we have our big brain to thank for our current existence. When we, Homo sapiens, first appeared about 200,000 years ago, we weren't alone. We shared the planet with at least 4 other upright cousins: Neanderthals, Denisovans, the hobbit Homo floresiensis, and a mysterious 4th group. However, we were the only ones to survive. Now those are some determined genes. The human brain is advantageously big compared to others. We do, however, have bigger brains than most animals, but perhaps not the biggest. Another distinction is in the level of help and assistance we provide to each other. Research states that while both chimps and humans cooperate, we have the tendency to help more. Scientists think that our capacity for cooperation and skills trade is what really makes this a planet of humans and not apes. Planet of the Apes is a very good movie though. Human children are less selective about who they share with. Chimpanzees, however, generally share with close relatives, reciprocating partners, or potential mates. This fact was proven by Felix Wernicken of Harvard University in Cambridge, USA. He says that children are proactive. That is, they help even when presented with only very subtle cues. Chimpanzees, on the other hand, need more encouragement. They are reactive. They will hand over objects, but only after some nudging. Come on, give it to me. So I guess you can say our helping nature gives us a little bump in the superior category. Our brains needed fuel to get bigger, and so collaborative hunting must have played a key role in that. These cooperative skills are closely tied to our incredible mind-reading skills. We understand what others think based upon our knowledge of the world, but we also understand what others cannot know. We are unique in the level of abstractness with which we can reason about others' mental states. Just look at a book. An author writes his or her thoughts, and you read them, gaining intimate access to their minds. Can we expect this from other animals? Even the ones we share a lot of traits with? I don't think so. There's more to it. Thomas Suddendorf, an evolutionary psychologist at the University of Queensland in Australia, points out, we have a fundamental urge to link our minds together. This allows us to take advantage of others' experiences, reflections, and imaginings to prudently guide our own behavior. We link our scenario-building minds into large networks of knowledge. Pretty cool. This, in turn, helps us to accumulate information through many generations. Charles Darwin, in his book, The Descent of Man, wrote that humans and animals only differ in degree, not kind. But this is even true for gradual changes. Even they make us extraordinary and have led to radically different possibilities of thinking. Still, as far as we know, we are the only creatures trying to understand where we came from. We also peer further back in time and further into the future than any other animal. What other species would think to ponder the age of the universe? Why would it even matter to them? Or how it will end? Can we expect monkeys to conduct research on the same subject? I would say no, but it would be pretty funny to watch. We have an immense capacity for good. At the same time, we risk driving our closest relatives to extinction and destroying the only planet we have ever called home. With all of the knowledge we have, let's hope that we are wise enough to protect and preserve this great planet. So, before we go, do you think that we can train other animals to behave more human-like and do some of the cool, unique things that we're capable of? Please comment below and subscribe to our channel to get answers to your unusual questions. Until next time, keep on thinking.